The village of Sainte-Cécile clung to the hillside, a tapestry of time-worn stone and fading memories. Above it all, a crooked spire pierced the sky, casting a long shadow over the village, particularly over the cemetery at its edge. There, nestled amongst the tilting headstones and whispering cypress trees, lived Elias Varnier. No one in Sainte-Cécile could recall when Elias had arrived. He seemed eternally ancient, a figure etched in time. His face was a roadmap of wrinkles, each line a whisper of forgotten seasons. His eyes, two dark pools reflecting the twilight of his years, held a disturbing glint, a spark that belied his frail frame. Elias lived a solitary existence, his days spent tending the graves and speaking to the stones in hushed tones. He was a creature of habit, predictable in his routines, yet shrouded in an unsettling aura of mystery. He was an enigma, a puzzle that Sainte-Cécile had long ago given up trying to solve. Over steaming bowls of onion soup and crusty bread, the villagers of Sainte-Cécile exchanged stories, tales spun from the fabric of their isolated lives. Inevitably, the conversation would drift towards the enigmatic figure residing in the cemetery. Elias Varnier, the ageless wonder, the solitary guardian of the dead. Rumors swirled around him like the mist that clung to the graveyard at dusk. Some whispered that he was a sorcerer, drawing power from the spirits of the departed. Others claimed he had made a pact with the devil himself, trading his soul for eternal life. There were those who swore they had seen him wandering the cemetery at night, his skeletal frame silhouetted against the moonlit tombstones, his voice a low, mournful chant that sent shivers down their spines. Yet, when questioned directly, Elias would simply offer a cryptic smile, his eyes twinkling with an unsettling amusement. Mathieu, a young man on the cusp of manhood, found himself drawn to the mystery that was Elias Varnier. Unlike the older villagers, who regarded the old man with a mixture of fear and superstition, Mathieu felt a strange curiosity. He had spent countless hours listening to the whispers, the half-truths, and the outright fabrications that surrounded Elias. He yearned to unravel the truth, to separate fact from fiction, and to understand the man behind the legend. One day, armed with nothing but his youthful curiosity and a battered notebook, Mathieu decided to confront the mystery head-on. He approached the cemetery with a mix of trepidation and excitement, his heart pounding in his chest like a drum. Days turned into weeks, and Mathieu's visits to the cemetery became a regular occurrence. He would sit on a crumbling bench near Elias's ramshackle hut, observing the old man's routines, noting his every move. He discovered that Elias was most active after the sun had dipped below the horizon. As darkness enveloped Sainte-Cécile, Elias would emerge from his hut and move through the cemetery with an uncanny agility that belied his age. One night, unable to contain his curiosity any longer, Mathieu decided to follow Elias. He crept through the shadows, his heart pounding in his ears, staying a safe distance behind the old man. Elias led him to a secluded corner of the cemetery, to a grand mausoleum that had long been sealed. There, in the eerie silence of the graveyard, Mathieu witnessed something that chilled him to the bone. Elias produced a rusty key and unlocked the mausoleum's heavy iron door. A musty odor wafted out, the scent of decay and forgotten time. Elias stepped inside, and Mathieu, his curiosity outweighing his fear, followed close behind.